So on your tithing, you mentioned you're supposed to get 10%. You don't give that to any kind of church, or you give that just as individuals,
We say, you know what you call a golak, where you put the money? That a person who is in need, that's where that should go. Or anybody in need, not necessarily to an organization or to a certain church or anything.
So it's up to us,
Yeah.
as the individual, to
It's
see
individual,
me and
yeah.
to respond.
Yeah, that's where God would want you to give.
Is the Gurdwara in Irving the only one in the metro area?
No, there are 5 gurdwaras now.
Are there some in Fort Worth?
There is one in Fort Worth, it's kind of North Fort Worth. It is small and it's they hold it in a mobile home or something. So it's on a truck stop because a lot of Sikhs happen to be truck drivers. And on 287, they drive, so it's a place of rest for them. And they can, yeah. So that's, and then there is one in Euless, and then one in Irving, and one in Richardson, and one in Carmel. Because a lot of Sikhs live in Richardson, Plano area. So but it's a small community, just like you were saying, 2,500 universalists.
Yeah, in the whole North Texas there, about 2,500 Unitarian Universalists.
And that's what the similar number of Sikhs they are in this area, North Texas. So they are.
All the Unitarians?
In North Texas.
Really?
Yeah, and half of them are at First Church in Highland Park.
I wanted to mention, it's not to, promote any one particular person, but I've had the privilege of being at a concert that's not Kaur, it's not Nam Kaur. Yeah, she is the singer and does a lot of beautiful music that, there are at least one of her albums that if she has a chant, she will tell you on the back, what it's saying, so that, 'cause some people are like, I don't know what I'm saying, they don't want to say it if they don't know what they're saying, and I've been in a position to actually share that, with people to say, hey, you're good, this is what you're,
Yes. And there is some bands, some American bands, or Native American bands, that are Sikhs, and they have beautiful albums. And there is no barrier in singing in English or any other language to community. And so there are
I just think it's, it's beautiful music, and it is sharing always just the most the best ideas of being human,
It's a spiritual.
Yes, spiritual, always, yes. So, I was just gonna say, I pulled her up, and if anybody wants me to send it to their cell phone, I'd love for you to be to hear.
One of these days, if you all want to come and join the congregation, we'd love to have that,
Did you bring any information, or was it just on there? Do you have any information or where your congregation is?
But it's
Yeah, I do.
Joanne can put it on our mailing list if she wants to.
If she wants. I know, it's only if
I'm pretty sure she likes to now.
yeah. If you Google that name, Gurdwara Nishkam Seva,
Okay.
you would get it. Gurdwara Nishkam Seva.
Let's see if I can spell it out.
And which street is it on in Irving?
It's on Nursery Road. It's 834 North Nursery Road. It is off 183 as you go just before Loop 12.
Yes.
And it's
Have you ever noticed a company called NCH Corporation that's located across from the University of Dallas there?
It's
That's who I
University
work
of
for.
Dallas. Irving is on one side of the highway. This is on the other side, south
Okay.
side.
It's probably just right across the highway from where I used to work for 25 years.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
I didn't understand the street name you said. Could you repeat that?
Nursery Road, North Nursery Road. Nursery is like a
I'm
nurse.
not understanding.
Nursery.
Nursery.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is it called?
My accent is a little different.
northwest, you said? Northwest North Street?
North,
North, okay. And what was the address number?
834.
8.
North.
And if you just Google it, I'm sure it'll show up on the Google Earth.
Right.
Identify, they identify our whole neighborhood, you don't
If
find
you just
that.
type this Gurdwara Shansi, it will show up.
Probably within walking distance of where my office used to be.
Yeah.
Isn't that
It's no longer there.
Well, no, the office is still there, but I'm no longer.
When you were talking
I'm
about
retired.
the sacred scriptures, you mentioned that there were nearly 6,000 hymns or so.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of wondering about the
I
relationship
gathered that it's
between
about where the
music
old cowboy stadium
and
used to be.
Sikhism. I mean, for example,
Well,
is
I'm
some
not
Sikhism
aware of what they put
parallel
there
with
after they tore
the-
I
it
don't know,
the
we talked about
artists
this, but I
and
knew
so
they put
forth?
something in there.
Yeah.
Or like God is like a drone or something?
That if you were to go across Loop 12 from that stadium,
Music is something that.
and then continue
Touches the
across whatever parking lot you
And
found
so,
there, that would be
Guru is
where
the
I worked
founder,
for
the
25
founder.
years.
The
I
spiritual
still work for
message
them, but I work from home. so-
should be musical.
easy to accept?
Very
easy
nice
to
company, in fact. They
be-
took away for 41 years so
Have
far.
that emotional touch with the soul.
It is.
And so everything was in music, it's all Indian classical music. There are many ragas, ragas.
Yeah, I think he's gonna
So there's actually
videos about
So I'm trying to hear too, because that's very interesting to me, what you're saying. So you're saying the music makes it easier to receive?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
And the bell tower.
You feel the music,
Well,
even the
yeah,
body.
You can see it up and down the freeways.
There is music even within the body.
Chanting
And
or
so you try to
No, not
leverage that.
at
You
all.
try to say,
That's
okay,
Eastern Grand
the
Prairie.
soul is the, you feel emotional, you have that aesthetic experience with music. So the hymns should be musical, and any instrument that can enhance that experience should be there.
Go straight to your heart.
Yeah, it goes straight to your heart, you know, so.
So I've been reading all day about frequency of music, every time I got a chance, and I've been working on it. But I guess our music is now at, what is it, 440 hertz or something like that? It used to be 432 hertz. And as a matter of fact, I think Tim knows more about this than me. But, yeah, I mean, I've been reading about it a little bit today because I'm interested in it, but apparently there were various governments that actually kind of wanted the music for what, I don't know why governments would be interested in music, but it helped, it actually created a lower consciousness or,
Yeah.
and so they did it, you'd have to wonder why does the government care what our music frequency is? But that was done repeatedly, it was done, I believe, by Nazis or whatever, again.
Well, it was done around the time of Bach or so, as they were trying to transition from sort of a Pythagorean tuning system into a equal tempo tuning system. And it was then changed again around the 20th century. And then later during the time of the Nazis, and then finally finalized in the 1950s or so, when the International Bureau of Standards decided that we had to tune A to 440.
It was, yeah, 1959 is when that finalized.
And I think it's,
And there were people that there were different, I thought it was interesting, there were 23,000 people that resisted that. I think it was in France at one point, they resisted that.
In France and Italy, they tried to actually.
In
pass
Italy, it was in
legislation to
Italy,
force it.
yeah, it was in Italy. And so, I mean, but there were a lot of various governments that were involved in that.
yeah.
And so I find that kind of interesting, knowing that frequency actually alters how people think and how they feel and how they respond to
Yeah.
things.
And to follow sort of up on the idea of music and consciousness, which was sort of the first question that I asked him, the music of Northern India is very different from our Western tone tradition. It's in different mode, it has a continuous drone, it has micro-tuning, so I'm kind of wondering to the extent that Sikhism was kind of modeled on that musical metaphor as sort of a way to conceptualize consciousness. The drone that underlies the melodic change, for example, might be the presence of God.
You're right, I think the tone and the musical harmony, you know, like a tuning fork, there is a tuning that the soul has, certain chants, certain voice, whether they're Buddhist or
Yeah.
Sikh or Hindu or Christian, there are certain chants which certainly appeal to your soul.
And actually, the idea of a tuning fork is a perfect analogy.
Yeah.
Because You know, consciousness is related to vibration.
It's
Some people
vibration.
think tuning forks will entrain you to particular vibratory frequencies. So it's a perfect analogy for this kind
It's perfect.
Tim, you might want to come to church next time you were having a program on the spiritual aspects of the raga.
of, really.
Yes, you are.
Sorry for wrong images, I guess.
Right, images.
And that's
I
how,
thought you were going to ask me to
That was a
present
good
again.
one.
really that's how it became an essential part of the faith. That, even from the first of the gurus, the music was the essential ingredient that caused you to be spiritual, to reach God.
Because of vibration in tune.
Yeah, it's a frequency of vibration. Has anybody tried to change it?
Well, there are those ragas, even on the hymns it's written what rag it should be played in, what the musical tone should be, and what the drums should be on it. And so it hasn't changed.
It hasn't changed.
Yeah.
And he emphasized that may be part of, I mean, you know, like, you kept true to that, because it obviously is really important.
There are about 13 rags
Yeah.
and then there are 40 sub-rags, that is written in. And so it is in that. And each of the hymns is in particular, and that gives you the right vibration.
Mhm.
Some people change it, but then it doesn't give that same vibration.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Because you lose over the years. There are not those classical type singers, but they, try to do that.
Well, the 432 hertz, I was reading about that. Apparently that harmonizes both sides of your brain. Whereas I believe 440 gets I'm going to get this confused. Is it the left side of your brain? You're right.
Yeah.
But it sort of almost changes you into a drone. What do you want me to do? It's people that work harder and don't even think about it. They just work and work and work.
Kind of
And I
brainwashing.
believe that kind of singing, that
Programming.
power of music can even cure certain physical ailments.
Yes.
It can cure, and there are music played to some people that are in need of therapy or something, those hymns, and we feel that provides that therapy, cures them of their ills. And those vibrations are essential not only to spiritualism but even to your body.
I don't feel well, I turn my my chanting on,
Yeah.
for I leave it going
Yeah.
until the entire space is full of it. I mean, I feel completely
It
incorporated.
releases your stress, it makes you calm,
It
makes all that
helps
stuff. Yeah.
Because is very powerful,
It's very
that sound, yes. So sound is very curative.
Very curative, very curative. And we feel people have been cured just by listening and chanting those musical tones.
Because we vibrate,
Yeah, we vibrate.
and so that can correct our bad vibrations.
Yes, yes.
The good vibrations, that's kind of tuning
Yeah,
us.
it's tuning. And body is.
We're an instrument.
Yeah. Each
Well,
part.
and that's another thing I read is that this 440 hertz frequency, I don't really know what I'm saying, but it actually apparently messes with the heart chakra down, all the lower, or the endocrine system. So it messes with that to where you're not vibrating or at the correct frequency.
Well, along these lines, this is sort of tangential, but I just read recently that there's it was about some of the secret government ways of using vibrations, and it said that, some of the sinister things that some government agencies might try to do to program people to feel a certain way, think a certain way, behave a certain way, alter who they are, that the best resistance to that kind of environment is to maintain peace of mind and deep centeredness with yourself, which matches what
That's exactly right.
those religious
If
practices do.
you become like a rock, and that cannot penetrate you because your internal strength through those techniques. Yeah.
Peace of mind.
Yeah. So
All the more reason to
all the
get
more
into
reason
that sooner
we
than
have
later.
those things in you. They say everything is within this body. You cannot control the outside. What you can control is, and if you are in control, if you know those techniques, then you have that strength and that peace of mind. Nobody can disturb. You're your own fort. Yeah, we believe that. But once you have conquered your own body and mind and way of thinking, and then other things don't have any effect.
So do Sikhs, I have 100 questions. So do Sikhs meditate or do they primarily chant?
There is meditation.
There's
Meditation is you are in tune. You try to focus your energy on one thing because it's scattered. It's scattered on 10 different things or so many different things that go through your mind. Maybe it's your kids, maybe it's business, maybe. So how to gather all that energy and focus it on one thing, one object, which is God, the Creator, and that's meditation. And in that meditation, you can do that meditation by chanting so that it focuses it.
Very interesting.
It's like a laser beam. If it is scattered, it has no effect. But once it's sharp and focused, it can have a lot of energy and effect. And give me that strength. Yeah.
So you believe primarily in just focusing on God when
On
you
God,
meditate,
on God.
or your love of God?
Love of God.
Love of God.
Yeah, you feel He's the Creator. If you love somebody, your mind is always focused on that. So you feel the object of our admiration and love is God. And what is God? God is a kind of set of values, right? It's to do goodness, to be pure, to have that, and it's like the power, energy out there that is so powerful that we can focus on it to reflect some of that energy within us.
And love is a very high vibration, so that's sort of the best topic to focus on.
Exactly.
And have you been doing that since you were a child?
To be truthful, I haven't done much. But I have sat in the company of people that are at that level, and I've felt that. And I feel maybe the God Creator would lead me also to be able to do that.
Now, that's your normal way of being, whereas somebody that's not that way, they have to become aware that they need to make an adjustment. But
Yes.
you don't have to go through all that because you've been that way. You've been in the company of people like that all your life.
But it's always a choice. I mean, maybe if you're lucky as a child, but often it's a choice somewhere along the way of who you're in the company of.
It's like they say, you are the company that you keep. Is there some phrase like that? Right. And if you are in the company of people who are holier, and I feel all of you have that vibration, that Holy Spirit, that if you are in that company and you try to remember God or the Creator, you can create that spirit in any faith. That it's what the object of it's group consciousness, right? It's a group consciousness. There is a single and then there is a group that enhances that. And we believe one person chanting is one person, but two people chanting can be 100. It has that effect of multiplying.
In mind, that's it, that one person working does this amount of work. Two people working together do more than one person plus another person working alone. Yes?
Yeah, because you get that sport, you get that lift.
So that is something mathematical. It's a physical.
Yes.
And if I were home alone and I had to prepare a meal, I wouldn't even get up. I say, well, I'll just warm up something. But if my wife was there and so it's like
There's a couple things that in the Christian faith that I keep popping up when you talk about things. One just now, that where there are two or more gathered together, there God will be. And then the praying without ceasing. There's some scripture about praying without ceasing. So I always have God in your
and God kind of loves us all, like we are all His children. A parent would love Isn't there a story about Jesus that one of the sons, he went away and
Prodigal
one was,
son.
and when he came back, he would
Prodigal
love him
son.
more, he will welcome back anybody.
Yeah.
He will not leave the sheep astray, he will have all his sheep together.
You know, I've had a personal experience, this happened years ago, but one of them was that, I know everybody believes different things, but I decided to start praying. I had to walk these dogs for 2 hours every day, and I decided to start praying during that time.
Wow.
And I was like, this is hard, this isn't fun, I don't want to do it. And so I started thinking about that. I thought, well, how can I do it? And I thought, well, if I put it in a song, it makes it easier. And so I started singing, and that was fun. I took a regular song and then put it to words, and had an experience, and the best I can tell you is what I believe to be God actually communicated to me just to sing that I loved Him. And so that actually happened to me.
Yeah.
I had that experience.
You can see God in the eyes of any living person, a dog or anybody. If you are really feeling that love for the dog can reflect.
Well, and I mean, what I specifically is, if I was praying for that big guy, there's my friend. If I was praying for him, for example, or if I just met her and praying for her, all I have to do is think about him, but sing my love for God. That would be focused on them, but singing that. So, I mean, I had that experience, so I do believe that that's true. That's
When you
the biggest
sing,
thing you
you know,
need to
it's
do.
singing coming from heart. You say even flowers, you know, if they're growing in a garden and you sing to them, they will start blooming.
Right. The animals run away, so do the people, but yeah, the flowers bloom, as I say.
They feel that warmth, and you know, there is that supernatural effect of music.
I feel it.
Yeah.
I definitely feel it.
Sometimes we live in this physical world and we try each and everything according to science or other things, and unless we see proof, we don't believe it. But this is a different world, a spiritual
Right.
world. You know, you have feelings, you don't need proof. You get that through that feelings and through, you know, it's a different kinds of feedback that you get.
I call that a knowing. It's different than feeling. It's a knowing.
Is annoying.
Yes.
And that segues into what this whole meeting is about, right?
I love you back there.
That segues into I'm sorry if I...
No, I love you.
Oh.
You're right. Great stuff.
Into what this group is all about, right? The knowing of knowing science, noetic science, but also there's that part that can't always be quantified.
Yeah, it can't be quantified. It's beyond. We believe that okay, there is this world, but there is another world, spiritual world, which is undescribable. It's like a person who you give something very sweet, but he cannot speak. He cannot describe it. He cannot describe that experience. He cannot even put it in words. So it is beyond this human capability, something beyond. And that is the world, that is spiritualism. It's where we all hope to transition and see what is beyond. Our human mind, what God is and where we are, maybe it's a different way of thinking, different rules, different things.
So if we go to Irving and visit that, is there something we need to know? Like, do we have to take our shoes off at the door?
Yeah, that's normally in a Gurdwara, there is a shoe rack and our shoes, and normally cover our heads, and there are some head covering provided, and then one just joins in the congregation.
So you just put a scarf over your ears on that?
Most welcome anytime. I'm almost always, not always because I live in Allen, but I come there on Fridays and Sundays.
Yeah.
But if you want to come in a different time, just let me know and I can be there and show you the scripture, maybe read the scripture, read the translation.
I'll give you his telephone number.
Okay, thank you.
Or can I take a picture with all of you as a memory? Let's see, that'd be nice.
Well, John's been taking pictures of you the whole night.
It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure talking to you all and knowing all those, because that way I learn also. I learn a lot of things. And you have had a lot of life's experiences which kind of filter through to me. And sometimes, makes me a whole person.
We're really glad you came all the way over here.
Yes.
It's 55
So I
miles.
love it.
That is a lot of my family. I just like having seven.
Can we all stand this way?
It'd be nice if people get it under the light. It doesn't matter. I can turn the flash on. The flash is on.
What did you want?
He wants a picture going.
I'm sorry.
All of you.
So you want us to go into the light? Is
Into
that
the
it?
light.
Into the light.
Joe, stand in front of me.
Yeah, it's actually not gonna quite make it. That's
Stand in
fine.
front of me.
I got you.
Oh, Mom, get in
No,
front.
no, you have to get in front.
Yeah, get some
I'm
people
the
in
highest
front.
person in the group, am I?
Oh, the flowers.
Not even anyone.
Got to John and Ellen Jack, so anybody gotta move in.
We're getting closer.
Okay, Ellen Jack.
I'm gonna hang on.
There we go. Oh, that's good.
If the women turn sideways, we look skinny.
All right, everybody. Did the flash go off?
No.
No, anything, I'm biased.
It should be on. Okay, let's
We
go
could
on.
have said yes.
I guess, okay, here we go, ready? Jeez.
There
Okay.
All right.
You want to come in too?
That's the first time
well, let's do that.
for that.
I don't know how that works. I'm the media guy.
Yeah, you're the guy.
That was a bad hair day.
I know, go figure, right? That's all right. They'll see the light.
When there's been a climber, promoting it as being.
Nice.
Strategy, there's all the.
You know, it's like squirrel, there's something soft like.
Jenny, did this back to back?
I just realized they still think it's a copy. This just whenever.
Okay, okay.
We're so happy you came because we
Get about it later.
More than that, stuff.
That's the beginning of the-
Which means I have to remember my birthday.